Welcome back to Storytime with Gam Gam. And we have a Thanksgiving story today. Who's ready to hear about a mouse and their Thanksgiving adventure? The author of this book, One is a Feast for Mouse, a Thanksgiving Tale, this was written by Judy Cox and illustrated by Jeffrey Eberly. And they did an amazing job of helping us to understand what Thanksgiving might have been for this little mouse. One is a Feast for Mouse, a Thanksgiving Tale. After Thanksgiving dinner, Mouse crept out of his hidey hole and looked around. Do you see where he's hiding? Up in the cuckoo clock. Oh, everybody's very tired. The house was quiet. Dad snoozed in his chair with his book. Mom dozed in front of the TV. Outside, the kids played football in the crisp yellow leaves. Cat curled up by the fire. He yawned and stretched his stripy tail. Do you do that when you get tired after a big meal? Yawn and stretch, and then he closed his greeny eyes and went to sleep. It's probably a good time for Mouse, right? Mouse scampered up the tablecloth. Thanksgiving leftovers were still on the table. So much to eat. Mouse saw a teensy tiny toothsome green pea all by itself under a plate. Give thanks, he thought. One will be a feast for me. Mouse rolled the pea across the tablecloth to take it back to his hidey hole. Lots of dishes, weren't there? Oh, what is Mouse standing on? But his eyes were bigger than his stomach. He saw 6 leftover cranberries. Do you see them on the plate? Can you count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The leftover cranberries were glowing like rubies on a silver saucer. I'll just take one, he said to himself. One is a feast for me. He balanced one cranberry on top of the pea and started once again across the table to his hidey hole. Might be a good time to stop. Let's see. Just then he saw 3 green olives. 3 olives, black and shiny in a dish. They were all 3 black olives. I'll just take one, he thought. One is a feast for me. He put the olive on top of the cranberry, on top of the pea, and carried the tidbits across the table. Then he saw the carrot sticks. Crunchy and munchy and orange. Do you see them? I don't actually see the carrot sticks in the picture, but I bet they're there. I'll just take one, he thought. One is a feast for me. He stuck one carrot stick into the hole of the olive, balanced both on top of the cranberry, on top of the pea, and started back to his hidey hole. Oh, see? What do you see there? So there's the pea at the bottom, then the cranberry, and then the olive with the carrot stuck inside of it. Then he saw the mashed potatoes. Mashed mouse potatoes. There was just 1 scoop left on the plate. I'll just take the plate, Mouse thought. What a feast I will have. He balanced the plate of potatoes on top of the carrot stick, in the hole of the olive, on top of the cranberry, on top of the pea. Mouse started off across the table. That's quite the balancing act, isn't it? Oh, dear. Then he saw the gravy, brown and luscious in the silver gravy boat. Do you see the gravy there? On top of the potatoes? A little bit of gravy sloshing out onto the spoon? Gravy for the mouse potatoes, he thought. I must have that for my feast. And he balanced the gravy boat on top of the mashed potatoes, on top of the carrot stick, stuck in the olive, on top of the cranberry, on top of the pea, and he started off. But then he spotted the pumpkin pie. Oh my. 1 slice of pie, brown and dimpled, with a collar of fluffy cream. Almost looks like 2 eyes. So he balanced the pie on top of the gravy boat, on top of the mashed potatoes, on top of the carrot stick stuck in the hole in the olive, on top of the cranberry, on top of the pea, and he started off across the table. That looks like that's quite a bit larger than Mouse himself. Uh-oh, what's happening? The pie slid, but Mouse caught it just in time. Mouse wobbled. Mouse bobbed and bobbled across the tablecloth on the way to his hidey hole for his Thanksgiving feast. He didn't see Cat creeping closer and closer. But Mouse saw the turkey, brown and juicy, surrounded with parsley. It's starting to sound very good. I'm going to get hungry here. Much was gone, but there was enough left for a mouse feast, or even two. I'll just add that, thought Mouse, and he carefully placed the turkey platter on the very top of his pile, on top of the pumpkin, on top of the gravy, on top of the mashed potatoes, on top of the carrot stick stuck in the hole in the olive, on top of the cranberry, on top of the pea. He started off across the table to his hidey hole, and there, at the table's edge, what do you think he saw? He met Cat, greedy-eyed and hungry, clawing up the table on the tablecloth. Mouse skidded to a stop. The turkey wibbled and wobbled, slid and slipped. Mouse danced to keep his feast balance, preoted like a ballerina, juggling like a pratter spinner, but off slid the turkey, whoosh, with a plop, landing smack on Cat. Oh no, it looks like everything's going everywhere. There's glasses and spoons and a candle and a cornucopia. Everything's just flying around. Down crashed the pumpkin pie and the boat with the gravy. Down crashed the mashed potatoes with a clatter that woke Mom. Uh-oh. Down fell the carrot stick, still impaled in the olive. Down went the cranberry, which rolled, leaving a red track across the tablecloth. Uh-oh. Down went the pea, all catterwampus off the table, rolling onto the floor. Off scampered Mouse, quick as a bandit, back to his hidey hole, ahead of Mouse. He huddled in his hidey hole. His heart pitter-pattered. It was probably beating right out of his chest. What do you think? Do you think he was terrified? I think he probably got startled quite well. He peered out. Down came the broom on the stripy, greeny-eyed Cat. "Bad kitty!" shouted Mom. "Outside!" And she swept the cat out the door. Mouse looked around, whiskers trembling with fright. No Thanksgiving feast for me, he thought. Just then he spotted, glowing in the corner, what do you think he found? One teensy tiny, round and toothsome, green and luscious pea. Give thanks, one is a feast for me. That was a very nice story, and it has some really good lessons for us, didn't it? Sometimes it seems a good idea to add this and to add that, and there's so many fun and exciting things around us. We want to do everything and be part of everything, but pick the best part and make that your focus and enjoy it. So this Thanksgiving, pick the one thing you enjoy the most and spend your time enjoying that. And then you'll enjoy it more than if you have a lot of everything and then everything just makes you feel overly full. I hope that you have a great week and that you have an awesome time celebrating Thanksgiving. You have much to be thankful for. You have a great day. I love you. Good night.